Welcome back to the Dog Bowl Food Truck. Where we last left off, I think last episode was mostly me just talking about my experiences and my emotions and whatnot. Once again, part of the same recording session, but we'll have to see where this goes. Chase and Leo were at the library. Leo wasn't being that big of a help, other than, you know, getting in. Whatever. But anyway, Leo had just called Chase a nutria, which apparently is just Spanish for otter. Not one of your sexier words. I returned back to the book. It's unlikely that Robert would have survived anyway due to the extent of his injuries and the infection. Still, it is of note that he ended up walking off the flat earth a few hours after discovery. He apparently slipped out the fifth floor window of the Peyton Regional Medical Center. Though authorities simply dismissed it as a case of a man knowing that his demise was nigh and finishing the job himself, the author speculates it had something to do with the horrors he saw on the tracks. I hear a soft whine coming from in front of me, and I lower the book to find Leo draped across the table on his chest. He's looking up at me with huge puppy eyes. No. I can't help but smile because it's so fucking adorable, even for a wolf as big as him. When they're bigger and they're doing the puppy eyes, that makes it even cuter, Chase. Don't deny it. What? I have a project to do, remember? Yeah, I know, but we've been here for 3 hours now. We should take a break. I look at the time and am shocked he's actually right. How the hell did that happen? Okay, so maybe he was helping at the start, past the library card. I don't know. Because it's like, if he was helping at the start, pulling books, putting them back, helping Chase look things up, and then after like the hours go by, he just started getting antsy and now he's being a distraction, then it's fine, I guess. Well, I guess that's a good idea. I was just finding some really interesting stuff. I'm sure that project of yours is gonna turn out awesome. He grins and stands up abruptly, grabbing my book up as well so I couldn't continue to read. Let's go get some lunch. It's already almost 3. Alright, did you want to go to the diner? You want to eat there? Well, it's been a few days and I'd like to catch up with the others, you know? I know that's what you wanted to do. Actually, everyone's busy. I already tried. Oh, really? What are they doing? Flynn's working, DJ and Jenna are on a hike, and Carl's asleep. Oh. Doesn't really seem like Leo to just blow off meeting up with everyone. But I guess at this point in the trip, he's just tired of trying. I know I would be. Probably just to show me up after what I said last night, Leo takes me to a semi-fancy steakhouse. You know, okay, I get that the cooking and preparing of steak is like a bit of an art form. I've just never been a fan of steak. I know all of Texas just like shuddered and looked in my direction ominously. But I've just never been a fan of steak. I'm the guy who goes to a steakhouse and orders chicken. I don't get it. He, of course, insists on paying for everything. I'm not really sure when Leo became so concerned with how I perceive his income. I don't mind, though. The meal is good, and I'm happy to not pay the $30 price tag. This feels like a subtle a subtly unsubtle way of Leo trying to be like, hey, I can take care of you. If this dinner lunch gets brought up later as ammo for an argument or something, then we're gonna really have a fucking problem. But this feels like a way of Leo trying to say that he can take care of Chase. I'm a little unsure about this. I also wonder if Leo actually did check up on everybody, or if he just said they were busy just so he could take Chase somewhere fancy. I don't know. It does remind me of his job, though, so I asked him about his schedule. He says his parents gave him the entire week off, which surprises me. I remember how Leo worked almost every day in that shop. I guess his dad just mellowing out with age. Again, I have no reason to complain, though. On the way back, Leo nudges me as I'm nodding off and gestures out his window. Bait and I. Sure enough, our old school is visible out the window. Want to swing around? Just to look at it? Yeah. I'm tired, but we're not doing anything else. Alright, why not? It's past 5 at this point, and as we pull up into the parking lot, there are only a few cars scattered around. We walk around the side of the school, then onto the football field. If Peyton High School puts its money anywhere, it was definitely sports. Oh my god, if that's not the truth for, like, every school. Seriously, I don't get... I do get it, because it's showy, you can show it off. But no, like, okay, so my high school, they had the full football field shebang going on. Then they also had another full field, not with, like, the end goals, I think, or end zones, but, like, the full field otherwise, on an interior complex with an attached, like, weightlifting room. Like, and that was actually the second weightlifting room the school had. The school had a different one that was in the gym in the main building. So it's like my high school had like 2 baseball fields, a running track, the football field, the inside football field that, again, I don't think it was like a full field, but it was like whatever, a gym, and 2 backup gyms, like a full gym with bleachers and stuff, and then 2 like gymnasiums for like classes and stuff. And yet every year the band would have to beg for donations. They would have to beg for donations and like sales and stuff from our little like magazine sell thing. Like, I do not like the distribution of funding in most public schools. That was one of the reasons I was so mediocre by comparison. Every sport in the school was extremely competitive, each one winning state regularly. They win state again since I've been gone? Nope, came close last year though. Almost as close as we did back in '09. Oh yeah, you still sore about that? Leo sits down on the top bench of the concrete bleachers, and I sit down next to him. Sometimes. Mostly because we were so damn close, and it really just feels like it was yesterday. It does kind of feel that way. I can remember it pretty clearly. It was one of the few times I'd seen Leo really cry. Oh, buddy. He'd wanted that championship so bad. I lean back and look around, breathing in deeply. Wow, it's really nostalgic being here, isn't it? Leo looks off towards the sunset, and I can see him getting glassy-eyed. Is it weird that if I could, I'd go through high school again? I think for a moment. Not really. I'd like to do it again. I made a lot of mistakes. Well, not really just because of that. More like it was a lot of fun. I just want to experience it all again. I grinned at him. Hey, you're talking like you peaked in high school. Did I? The question catches me completely off guard. And my stumbling around for words that follows doesn't help. Huh. Leo, you're a little young to be having a midlife crisis, don't you think, bud? But as somebody who openly admits that I gave up on life until you know, late last year, I can't say much. But that by itself is... I have to go back to a conversation that I started last, but it's like, I'm seeing a lot of the lack of hope for a future. The lack of, you know, like eating better, not being as financially responsible as he could be. I'm seeing all this, and again, I'm just brought back to the concept that a lot of people do that. I did that because we just don't see a future. We don't think that we're gonna get there, that we'll be there, or if that we do get there, that all the things that we work towards will have been for nothing. And I mean, again, especially now of all times, you know, as of time of recording, it's bad out there. We are in the age of you will own nothing, everything is a subscription, and you will be happy about it or you will be silenced. Not violently, but algorithmically. You will be quashed, you will be silenced, your voice will not be heard. And they will find out who you are and make sure that tag follows you. That's where we are right now. So it's hard to see the future. But the fact is, your future is what you make it. Are there going to be things outside your control? Absolutely. Are there going to be things that you could never have seen coming? Oh, yes. But that doesn't mean they're all going to be bad. Like, and I know I talk about my mom a lot, but that's... You know, it's not even been a year. The dirt hasn't even settled. Not that we could afford to actually bury her, but one of the memories I have of a pleasant surprise, just this funny way the universe works, was that we were going to go to McDonald's, we were going to buy a bunch of dollar menu stuff, and that was because we didn't quite have enough to where everybody could get a meal. Well, as we were walking, I saw something, you know, blowing through the parking lot, and I went over and grabbed it real quick, and my mom was like, you know, like, what are you doing? Get back here, because I was just darting across the parking lot. So I leant down, picked it up, and it was a $20 bill. And I looked at my mom, and I shouted across the parking lot just like this. I said, "Ooh, Ma, I found $20. We ain't gotta eat off the dollar menu no more." And, I mean, we went in there and got our food. Dad got his fillet of fish, Mom got her Big Mac, I got my Quarter Pounder. and my brother and sister got what they wanted too. It's such a small, and a lot of people would argue, I would even argue, insignificant moment in my life. This one 30 seconds, minute tops. But I hold on to it because it made me happy. And when I told that story the next day at school, it made other people happy. And when I told that story years ago to some online friends, it made them happy. And so now when I'm telling it again, I hope it makes whoever hears it happy. Even if just for a moment. And think about it. You knew, whether you knew me or not coming into this episode, you didn't know I was going to tell that story. But because you took that chance, because you clicked on the video, because you kept going, you got to have this moment with me. You got to have that moment of imagining, you know, a 13, 14-year-old Coco running across the parking lot after $20 because, oh, hell yeah, we go out there. We ain't got to order off the dollar menu no more. It's such a simple thing. It's easy to give up. It's hard to hold on. But giving up gives you nothing. Holding on gives you everything. And as for Leo, it feels like he's not sure if it's worth holding on. What he is holding on to is the past. It feels like he's got this image in his head of what life could have been and how it's just not matched up to what he has now. And I really don't know what to say about that. Because again, that's something that I went through. I didn't go to college out of choice. I left all the boyfriends I had for a while because I was so fucked up in my own head that I couldn't handle trying to genuinely love another person, even though I did. And even now, with my current boyfriend, I struggle so much with the pain and the not knowing and the trauma that has been drilled into me. I guess what I'm really trying to get at is that the past always looks good, always looks better. Fucking The Midnight. There's a band called The Midnight, and I forget which song it is, but they said one of their lyrics is, "Everything is clearer in the rearview mirror." And high school was a simpler time for me. I'm not gonna dispute that. Did it suck? Oh yeah, fucking hated it. I would never go back. But it was simpler. And it still felt like I had my entire life ahead of me. Even if I didn't like my chances. But with Leo here, it's so hard for me to describe this because I don't see someone who's failed at life the way he likely sees himself, and that's the most heartbreaking thing about ourselves, is that when we talk like this, when we ask these questions to our friends, to our loved ones, the only thing that the person is left to wonder is if we're seeing the same person. If Leo looks in the mirror, does he see the same Leo that we see? Like, yeah, he's got some red flags. He's got some bright, shiny red flags. But it also feels like they're... It also feels like the flagpole that's attached, you know, that those flags are attached to, are coming from a place of hurt. Coming from a place of pain. Coming from a place of, don't complain because people have had it worse. Coming from a place of loving someone so much and all they ever did was hurt you. But before I get too farther in and the line blurs even more, let's keep going. No, he sighs. Leo, you've got a good paying job, your own house, a pretty damn good life. You're doing better than most. He laughs a little. I guess I just don't feel like it, you know? Why not? He leans back. Well, I don't really feel as good as I did back then. When I think of high school, or even further back, man, those were good days. I think about how completely inverse I am to that. How my life improved exponentially after I left the town. Well, you know, if you keep looking back, I don't think you'll ever be happy. Oh, this is where this CG comes from. I've seen this before. Oh, my goodness. Also, I don't know what the fuck Chase is talking about. Them legs are fine. Those are not stubby legs. God. The CG artist for this game, oh my god, man. You know, there's actually a friend who had another metaphor, or a visualization, whatever it would be. He talked about how when you walk forward, your eyes are forward because that's where you're going. But you want to look back, but you have to move forward. You can't turn around and go back and change the past. You have to keep going forward. So the only way for you to look back is to turn around and walk backwards and look back at where you were. And when you do that, you can't see where you're going. It's okay to turn and glance and look back. It's okay to maybe slow down, turn around, take a few steps walking backwards and look at where you've been. But you have to turn around and you have to look forward, walk forward. You have to. And that's not pressure, that's not me saying that, oh, you need to do this because X, Y, and Z. No, I'm saying that because you need to do it for yourself. Alright? He looks so sad. I wrap an arm around his shoulders, which is a little difficult considering how broad they are. Because 5 years from now, you'll probably look back on this era of your life and think, man, I wish I could go back. Oh, that's relatable. You're probably right. So let's just enjoy now. Leo sighs again, then looks straight down at me, meeting my eyes. Jace? Yeah? He pauses, looking off to the side before turning his eyes back to mine. I love you. I immediately look away. Chase, please, just come back. I miss you so much. Every day. I stare out across the field, not able to meet his eyes again. I'll stop smoking. I'll stop picking on Glenn. I'll get rid of the gun. Just please come back. I don't know, Leo. You know how I don't like it here, and I feel like I should keep my options open to find a good job, a good place to live. Just for a year or two, while you're getting on your feet. I'll give you a place to stay. That sounds great, Leo, but to get back together, that's like setting ourselves up for another breakup, and I don't want to do that. But then we'd know for sure, without parents or school in the way. It'll just be us, and then, even if it doesn't work out, there's some closure there. For the first time, I feel myself seeing things from Leo's point of view. I'm not necessarily losing anything by at least trying. And he's right there. Or he's right. There really wasn't any closure. Mostly because of me. Leo must sense my indecision because he immediately presses forward. And I'll be making enough to support you while you figure things out. Hey, I don't want to mooch. I don't mind. I just want you to be comfortable so you can do what you want to do. But, Echo. Leo's quiet for a long while before he finally speaks up. Now that I can't fix. But I guess one way to decide is to weigh what's more important to you. You're asking me to choose. I'm not asking that exactly. Leo glances at me. But if I did? I blow out a long sigh. So you are. He doesn't say anything, so my mind starts wandering over the years we'd spent together. Despite how much we fought, there's no question in my mind what the answer is, and it hits me like a thunderbolt. Well, I'd choose you. There was no option there. That's just what the fuck would happen. Okay. We haven't heard this song yet. I don't think we've heard this song yet. All at once, his face explodes into a grin. So much happiness in one expression that I don't think I'd ever be able to take back what I just said, even if I wanted to. And instantly I'm wrapped up in a tight, warm hug, one that crushes the air from my lungs. Oh my god, Chase, I love you so fucking much. Hey, but you still got a year of school left, so we're gonna have to get back into contact. We're gonna have to exchange. I clasp his muzzle shut with my hand around it. And he just stares back at me with wide eyes. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to, like, before this episode, like, gets edited and cut out, I'm gonna have to, like, do a draw over of the seagull meme just shut. I didn't even say yes. I take my hand away from his muzzle. Oh, well, what did you say? I look again towards the sunset, past the concrete bleachers and goalposts in the direction of Echo, and take a deep breath. Oh, is this... I look back at Leo. Yes. And then he's kissing me. It's not rough like it was at the train yard. His mouth stays closed, but he holds my head gently. And it's like he's trying to pour all of his love into me through just his lips. As ridiculous as it might sound, I can feel it. Jesus Christ. I really was expecting, like, there to be an option there or something. I also want to note that we didn't get a day transition there. I just, I gotta wonder. Also, why is the heart beating? We're gonna we're gonna continue this episode for just a little bit longer. This is normally about the cutoff time. We're gonna do a little bit more. Leo's heavy, soft body presses me into the bed, licking and kissing up my neck. His hands slide up and down my body, feeling out everything. And he's gasping like he can't catch his breath. Oh no. Oh no, is this I lay there, my eyes shut. Oh, oh, alright. Oh boy, alright, gonna have to, we're gonna have to censor this. I lay there, my eyes shut as I feel, so you ever think about hot dogs? About how when they're in a package and they're tightly wrapped together, you know? And I mean, like, you know, sometimes, you know, when they're like really in a package and you gotta like pop it open and you gotta reach in there and it's hard to only grab one hot dog, so you end up grabbing like pulling out two hot dogs and they're all squished together, you know? Well, Chase, I slide my own hands down, you know, like, cause, you know, sometimes, you know, it's hard to, you know, get the hot dogs and get the hamburger buns, because when you're having a cookout, you know, so sometimes it's hard to, you know, get all that stuff set up together. So it looks like what Chase is doing here is Leo's handling the hot dogs, right? He's gonna put them hot dogs on the grill. Chase, on the other hand, you know, he's on bun duty, so he's grabbing, you know, he's grabbing buns, and it looks like they're, you know, they're like those big, extra soft, extra fluffy things, and uh, looks like Chase is a little anxious though, so he's squeezing the buns too hard, which you don't want to do. You know, you don't want to break the skin of the bread. Uh, and it looks like you know, while you know, okay, so slowly he starts to lick down the length of my body, starting with my chest, then down my stomach. He pauses to snuffle and tease against my navel before his mouth finally closes around me. Phrasing. Phrasing. Because I'm not gonna lie, that can be taken towards one of my proclivities rather than what's actually happening here. My eyes roll back as I clutch into the sheets, arching my back. Just a just a quick little backyard barbecue scene. Am I right, fellas? Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good night, guys.